So this is, again, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but it's Myslam Shyri Street. I think it's the coolest street here. And I like to walk down the street every day just because it's so nice. We don't have streets like this in where I come from. Now I'm coming about my favorite beer stand here. I always get a beer there. And so I'll probably turn the camera off. Or I won't. I'm still. Hey man, how are you doing?
Hi, you?
Good.
Everything is okay?
Oh yeah. How about you? You busy?
Yeah, I would say busy, working every day.
But it seems warmer now.
Sorry?
A little warmer, I think. The temperature.
The woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Feels nicer.
the first. Yeah, she's the first.
Yeah.
And then me, I'm the second. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. You are a good person.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have
See
a good
you.
day.
Bye.
See you later. Bye. So yeah, there's lots of shopping and places to eat here. And I actually looked at an apartment just about here on that side of the street. I think it's a very cool location to be, very centrally located. It's just a pretty area. It's just got a good vibe. And same as before, I don't know how long my camera's gonna last, so I'm just making the video as long as I can. Oh, and so a while ago I bought my Amstel. And here's a grocery store that I like to go to, because that grocery store, believe it or not, is actually very big compared to what you find most places. And I got my cell phone service. By the way, I've been here for 2 months. My cell phone service is through Vodafone. And very pleased with service or whatever, although I don't need much. So depending on your specific requirements, you might want to check that out before you show up. But yeah, actually Vodafone, one of the reasons I got them, they have a store in the airport. So when you arrive at the airport, you can just go to the store and get your plan you want. Everybody in there speaks good English, assuming you do. So something that I have commented before to my family, which is rather interesting to me. So Albania is one of the poorest countries in Europe. The minimum wage here is the equivalent of $240 per month. However, almost everyone here is very well dressed, especially at nighttime. If you go out at night, I just feel underdressed everywhere I go. And I'm not saying I'm super suave or anything, but I've got a button-up shirt on, I've got jeans, I do own slacks, but even then, it doesn't feel like enough here. Everybody is dressed to the nines to go out on a Tuesday night for coffee. It's bizarre to me, but it's cool too. I like it. I mean, I like the style. It's nice. Because where I come from, you see a lot of badly dressed people, but here everybody really goes out of their way to not be badly dressed. And like I said, especially in the nightlife, nighttime is especially that way. I'm gonna find somewhere to smoke. And usually I smoke and finish my beer where I just was, but I walked past it because I was talking to the camera. So we'll have to suss out a new spot here. Wow. That's a nice bike. And there's the Great Beauty Line store for you. That's where I love to go every day. Just kidding. So I see an exchange shop, which makes me think to tell you. Exchange places here work a little differently than they do in most countries. So in most countries, if you go to exchange place, you're going to get severely ripped off. And I'll give you an example of somewhere that I personally have been. If you go to Prague, Czech Republic, there are some notorious places there that will majorly rip you off. And generally, just anywhere in the world, when you go to an exchange place, you get a bad deal. But here is an exception. The rates they charge are actually very low. So from what I found, you don't really need to worry about going to an exchange place. When you get to the airport, which, you know, this obviously is probably generally true anywhere in the world, get as little money as you can from an airport ATM or from an exchange place, because you're definitely going to have bad rates in the airport anywhere in the world. But then, you know, get to the city center and go to the ATM. But here, you're actually cool to get a little bit of cash at the airport, get into the city center, and you can go to the ATM or an exchange place. It doesn't really matter. Because here they're not trying to rip you off. And the reason I'm stationary now is because I'm on my traditional walk here. I'm having a beer and finishing up my beer before I turn a certain corner and having a cigarette at the same time. And I think my phone's about to die, but this is really cool. I'm glad I got this on video. It's sweet. I will enjoy looking at this. Assuming I'm alive in days to come or years to come. Who knows? But theoretically, I will always be able to access it, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, if you ever consider coming to Albania, you should. It's a great place. People are super nice if you approach them. I mean, if you come to Tirana, it's a city, so, you know, cities are cities. People are in a hurry. But if you stop someone and ask them for something, they're going to go out of their way to accommodate you, and actually above and beyond. And actually, I would say be careful asking for help, because people might help you to the point that you feel awkward. And just like any tourist area in the world, you know, you will find people that speak English, but it wouldn't hurt you to learn some Albanian phrases, at least a few words. I find in the few countries I've been to, knowing how to say thank you, I'm sorry, excuse me, There's something else. Oh, how much does it cost? Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry should be first. Learn how to say I'm sorry. Thank you. How much is it? That will help you a lot. But my point was, even though you will find people here that speak English, there are, since it's not a super huge tourist destination like other places in Europe, you won't find as many people that speak English. So bear that in mind. And the time of year I'm here in January. I don't run into many tourists at all. I've ran into about 4 English speakers since I've been here. When I say English speakers, I mean native English speakers. A couple of Australians, a couple of British guys.